The type of flowers, those bright yellow flowers, are another ground cover. You tend to see them in parks, not usually at personal residences, but they're very pretty. A lot of our weeds and ground cover actually is pretty attractive. I hardly have any grass on my own lawn, but sometimes I have mixed feelings because, you know, the weeds can be pretty. They're annoying to cut, but they can be pretty. Okay, so here you're seeing Tequesta hammers and a pendant. Prior to the arrival of the Seminoles, the island's earliest inhabitants were the prehistoric Tequesta. These native people lived on the island as early as 500 BC and continued using the area's rich resources of fish, animals, and plants until the arrival of Europeans in the 16th century. The Tequesta traveled between the interior Everglades and present-day coastal Broward County using wooden dugout canoes. The Tequesta's domain extended northward to the Boca Raton Inlet, southward to Key West, and westward through much of the vast Everglades. The Tequesta adaptation to subtropical Florida was highly successful, using the rich diversity of animals and plants and practicing no extensive agriculture. The Tequesta made most of their tools from shell, bone, and wood, since there is no hard stone in South Florida. The exact population of the Tequesta village was once located here is unknown, but by 1763 AD, the last of the Tequesta, decimated by European diseases and slavery, left Florida for Cuba and became extinct as a tribe. Okay, and here's another look of one of our unnatural habitats. I thought he was dead, but he seems to be alive. Yeah, he's alive. He's moving. So, somebody's coming. I don't like filming when people are coming. They get paranoid, so I'll shut it off. Oh, he's letting me get pretty close. Probably not too close. Notice he's got the neat little stripes on his tail. Hold on. I'm picking up my basket. I hope I'm not losing. I'm going to see how close he's going to let us get to him. He's pretty familiar with people. A lot of these things can zip. Hi, guy. How are you? He's got a little smile on his face. He's cute. I think, you know, I was thinking this is actually quite a fitting trip I made, just it being after Columbus Day. A lot of people have been talking about we shouldn't celebrate Columbus Day because Christopher Columbus, for one thing, didn't discover America. Wasn't the first to discover America. And then on top of that, he was a terrible person. So, but, of course, the thing is, we keep saying, well, we shouldn't celebrate these holidays because the people that we honor are horrible people. But we're not replacing the holidays with, and so we're gradually losing all of our holidays. So people should think about that, you know. If you're going to get rid of a holiday, at least have something to replace it with, so you're not losing all your holidays that you can take off from work and have barbecues and rest, because otherwise this might just be an evil plot of the man trying to get rid of your holidays so they don't have to pay you and you work all the time. Something to think about. There's this tiny little bird in the trees there, but unfortunately he blends in so well. I don't know if you can only see him flickering about. I love those birds. They're so cute. They're tiny little things, and they just hop around. They're cute. And does this guy look kind of peaked that he's no longer the center of attention? Yeah, I think so. Okay, moving on. Okay, so here they're showing a log and a pole used for grinding flour. The Seminoles arrived in southern Florida in the early 19th century as a result of U.S. military pressures that began with Andrew Jackson's invasion of Spanish Florida in 1817. The American policy of forced immigration Sometimes there's some words I don't see for a while and I forget their pronunciation. Of all Florida Indians to reservations west of the Mississippi River was a declaration of war on Florida's indigenous people. The ensuing wars continued intermittently until the end of the Third Seminole War in 1858 and resulted in thousands of native people being shipped west. This began the cultural meltdown of a diverse group of Florida Indian tribes such as the Yamasee, Creek, Miccosukee, and Yuchi into a single group white settlers called the Seminole. The name Seminoles, meaning wild people, was first given to the lower Creeks who left their homes in Georgia to live on their own in north-central Florida. Eventually, all Florida Indian tribes would be called Seminoles. Chitto Tustenuggee's camp may have been the earliest Seminole village in southern South Florida, possibly founded in the 1820s. After its abandonment during the Second Seminole War in 1841, fewer than 300 Seminoles escaped deportation. Hiding in the Everglades and the Big Cypress, the Seminoles did not return in force to the Snake Creek area until the 1870s, when several nearby towns such as Tigerstown and Old Alec-town were established along the riverbanks. The Snake Creek settlement was the largest in southeast Florida and was referred to as the Miami Camp. In 1887, Indian agent A.M. Wilson counted 30 males and 96 females and children there. Backed by court decisions in the 1890s, the white settlers moved into the Snake Creek area, and the Seminoles were forced to abandon their land. But their legacy lives on, preserved forever at this site and recorded in these signs. And also by their many casinos where they rob white people of all their money. Well, they don't actually rob them. The white people gamble it all the way. So, now, as I said before, those trees are neat. Have nice little, nice little dark closures where you can imagine, I don't know, being Luke on Dagobah, about to see your greatest fear manifest or something. But as I said, what makes it pretty also is terrible for your plumbing. Okay, Chitto Tustennuggee Snake Warrior. Chitto Tustennuggee is a mysterious figure. Oh, that's him. With few historical records available about his life. The earliest record is a description of him when he visited Fort King near Ocala in 1839 prior to the signing of the Macomb Treaty. An article in the Army and Navy Chronicle describes Tustennuggee as Sam Jones' representative, sent from the southern area of the peninsula near Key Biscayne. He was about 40 years of age, remarkably pleasant and affable when spoken to, but at other times very dignified and reserved. By his conversation and conduct in and out of council, he showed himself to be a man of much intelligence and observation. The Indians paid him great respect and seemed gratified in having so able a counselor. Biographical data concerning Chitto Tustennuggee indicates that he was born about 1792 in the Creek Band, a tribe which had migrated to Florida from Alabama and Georgia in the mid-1700s. He was an important and influential figure, often linked with Seminole war leader and medicine man Sam Jones. Surveyor and explorer John Lee Williams reported that Tustennuggee took people from Peka's band, and which was then primarily Miccosukee, to join his camp. Captain John C. Casey, Indian immigration agent, noted that Tustennuggee was a relative of later Miko Billy Bowlegs, who rose to political power in the Third Seminole War as chief of the Seminoles. Chitto Tustennuggee and Billy Bowlegs were the principal war chiefs in Peka's band during the Second Seminole War. According to a census taken at the end of the Second Seminole War by 1842, Chitto's people were located in the Kissimmee area. Tustennuggee reportedly died in that same area in March 1852 at the age of 60. Okay, before I wound up our retour, they have a little area on the other side of the parking lot where you can picnic, surrounded by trees, like this one here. Very nice. And, nice place to cool off. So that concludes my tour of Snake Warrior Island. I hope you enjoyed it. Poor Nick here was kind of left out just chilling against whales. But that's good because sometimes I tire Nicola out. Easy to tire him out because he's too tired. Get it? Too tired? Oh, bad bicycle joke. Okay, so happy trails to you. I'm going to go home before I pee my pants. Wish they had bathrooms here. Okay, folks, stay tuned for more videos. I hope to do more traveling in Florida. So, now that it's not horribly hot.